and I were doing the pirouettes. It's fun around. I take care of my people. All right, so today is a little bit of an extension of last week. If you were not here last week, it was the first Sunday, which means I talked about that thing about a world that works for everyone. And the biggest part of that was global transformation via personal transformation. If we want peace in the world, if we want more love in the world, if we want to see a better world, there's only one way to do it, and that's through our own personal transformation. And so that was what last week was about. So today kind of extends that idea of if we want to make a difference out there, the difference must start in here. So global transformation via personal transformation. And that very much applies to what you had in your invocation about troubling things going on in our world. The only place we can really change how we feel about any of that is on the inside. Recently, sometimes I have to laugh when I say that because it's like it would be so much easier to just blame other people. It'd be so much easier to just be a victim. It'd be so much easier to say it's somebody else's fault. But we're all in this together. So I was at a ministers' conference a couple of weeks ago, and I'm sitting in this one classroom, and up on the wall is this very beautiful framed thing, and it very simply said, thought equals creation. Okay, now take that right there, just put it stacked. Thought equals creation, and it had some really pretty graphics around it. Thought equals creation, and I thought, what a perfect talk title for... Tommy's here. Excuse me just a minute. Come here.
So it's like 10 times her size, right?
Oh, it's a dog. Toby. The fun part would be afterwards to see how much alike he looks. But one's a giant, one's a little. How perfect. All right. Hi, Toby. Hi, big boy. That's Toby. Toby's up there. Everybody look. That's Toby. And that's Bodie. And they look alike. All right. Maybe afterwards we can go play. All right. Where were we? That. Thought equals creation. So I thought, what a perfect way, perfect talk title to address one of our basics. And throughout the year, I want to get really basic at times to remind us, to refresh our memory of what this really teaches of this philosophy. Yeah, because I have a lot of other things I bring in, but what are the basics? So this is it. It's kind of all I need to say, but I will say a little more about it. And I will talk about it in the micro and the macro. I'm going to start with the macro. The big picture, the macro. There's this thing called an intelligent, creative mind. Some of us like to call it God. Some of us like to call it the one source. An intelligent, creative mind. Each of those words by themselves are very important. Intelligent. We said there is an intelligent factor that also is a creative factor. And we call it mind, but it doesn't mean brain. It means intelligence. It means awareness in a bigger context. For me, the easiest way to see the way this intelligent, creative mind is creating in the big picture is to look at Mother Nature. Look at Mother Nature. Look at the planets. Look at Earth. Look at our oceans and lakes. Look at our trees, big and small. Look at our flowers. Look at our animals. Look at our human beings. I'll come back to the human beings. But when we think of Mother Nature, you and I don't know how to make a planet. You and I don't know how to make a tree, a flower, a dog, a deer, a person. We don't know how to make any of that. So that is evidence to me of an intelligent, creative mind in the macrocosm, in the bigger picture that is bigger than I am. We hear it this way in Genesis. Let there be light. And there was light, and it was good. Let there be the heavens and the earth, and there was the heavens and the earth, and it was good. Let there be animals, let there be man and woman, etc., etc. We hear that in the beautiful creation story in Genesis. And each time, let there be, and there was, and it was good. I think the ancient ones were trying to say exactly that. The intelligent, creative mind is saying, let there be, and then it happens. It shows up. Ernest Holmes, our founder, would say something more like, the mind of God has a thought or an idea and moves it into form. Now I need to stop for just a moment and put the idea around the word thought. To us, thought feels often like words in our head. Yeah? It's like I'm thinking, I'm having a thought, it's words in my head. But I want us to expand the idea of thought to something more than words in our head. Thought, idea, vision, picture, image. Okay? Because sometimes thought is not words. Sometimes thought is an idea that you feel. Sometimes thought is a vision or an image that you see. So thought, let's, right there, open it up. Something more. So the thought becomes form. Every religion teaches that there's a creative God. Every single religion I've ever heard of said there's a creative factor. So what's the difference? Well, there's a one slight difference between the way I hear most religions talk about it. God created things. I create you, and I create you, and I create that body, and I create that tree, but I'm standing over here and I'm going to create all these things. Or actually I'm floating up there and I'm going to create all these things. There's a separate God. The slight difference is, I became you, became you, became you, I became the puppies, I became the trees, therefore oneness. So when other religions say, yeah, everybody teaches creativity that God creates, but we say God became each thing. God had a thought that looks like you, and didn't just create you, but became you. I've said that before and I will say it again. It is a slight distinction, but a big difference. There is no God that said, poof, there goes a Sherry, and then stepped aside. God became a Sherry. I can contemplate that idea for hours. God became a Sean. So it seems like the humans called my parents came together and created a Sean, but they had no idea how to make a baby. Not really. I mean, you know. There's a song, doing what comes naturally. Okay, they knew how to do that part, but they don't really know how to make a baby. If any one of us had to figure out how to make a baby, had to make a heartbeat, and had to make all these things happen inside a womb, oh, we'd mess it up. So knowing that there's an intelligent, creative factor that became, really, I want you to take that home. It became you. It didn't just create you. So that thought of each one of us, that was a thought of God that became me. That's pretty cool in and of itself. So we are the microcosm, if you will, of God. If that intelligent, creative mind created everything and said, let there be humans, and it was good, that means right here where we are. So we, as the microcosm of God, have been given the same power to create. We are made in the image and likeness of that one. We have been endowed with consciousness. As far as we can tell, there's no other creature or creation on the planet that seems to have it exactly like we do. Now, I absolutely believe in the intelligence of animals and trees and flowers, but not the same way we have it. We have a decision-making faculty that a tree doesn't seem to have the same as we do. Sometimes it would be kind of nice to be a tree, wouldn't it? You just live and grow and let your roots go down and your branches go up and enjoy the sunshine and you don't stress or worry. But we have been given this ability to create, to co-create, using our consciousness. We are creating our own life with what? Our thought, our ideas, our beliefs, our convictions. We are creating all the time. We have that ability, and we also have the responsibility to create for ourselves. And what I love about this, no religion is even required for this kind of thinking. I can talk to an atheist and say, do you believe in the power of your own mind? And they say, well, yeah, absolutely, because that's what atheists believe in. I believe in myself. I believe in my mind.